So hi, my name is Rabah, and I'm a machine learning researcher at Giskard with a background in particle physics, but nothing about this in this talk. So who are we? We're a startup who deals with quality insurance or assurance for AI. Who are we? We're a team of AI experts, so we're a spin-off Dataiku, if you're familiar with this company, and we have our CEO, who was 5 years as a data scientist at Dataiku, CPO, who has done a PhD in AI ethics, and our CTO, who has done a computer science track in between CERN and Dataiku as well. So what is the problem we're trying to solve? As you know, AI is struggling with a lot of incidents these days. So you can see it in many categories: ethics, business, security, really all over the categories. And here are just some of the examples from the New York Times and other magazines, basically. So yeah, there is a growing problems with AI that we're seeing it more and more, and these are some numbers to show it. So basically, in 2017, only 20% of companies had used ML for at least single function, according to McKinsey. And today we have 55% of companies at least use once or for one function AI. So with the growing AI incidents and more companies using them, we're expecting a lot of ethical issues, a lot of business issues, and of course, if you look at AI regulations, the upcoming ones, so there is something that is being worked on in Europe, so the AI Act, that will be, I mean, there's no specific date yet for it, but it estimates that the risk of having AI issues will be 6%. So there will be a fine on AI companies that will reach 6% of the total revenue. And so, what is the proposal here? So really we emphasize on quality and preventing the issues just before deploying any model. So what is the typical pipeline for a data scientist today? They spend 3 or 6 months on training a model, testing it a bit manually. Then they go they start to implement tests manually, but then eventually 87% of these models never sees the light, basically. And if they see the light, the rest 13%, there is always feedback coming from the users that just overwhelms the ML engineers, and typically we have 2,800 incidents reported today. So what are we proposing? A full workflow to test the quality of AI models. So starting from identifying the issues in a very automated way. So the problem today is where to start looking for issues in AI, and we try to find. We have a expert team that deals with, like, we designed algorithms smart enough to scan your data and your model to find issues automatically. Once we find them, we give you a nice report, very readable report, a very actionable report that you can use to then later debug your model in a user interface. And you can include this whole pipeline in a CI/CD. You version your model, you try it again, you see how well it behaves. We keep track of all the performance issues, all the metrics, and we propose 3 products mainly, kind of independent but also meshed together. So the first product is the scan. So this is an open source library where we basically can scan any model that spans from tabular, NLP, and LLM, and also computer vision. This is work in progress. So what do we mean by scan? Exactly, we automate basically the whole process of finding issues in subdomain of your data. Given a model, where does it underperform? Where does it need some tweaking, etc. Once we do the scan, we give you a list of slices of data, of sub-data sets. We lead you to the debugging hub, where you can literally look at sample by sample of your data, see how the model behaves, use explanatory tools to understand where it fails to predict. And finally, we recently also released Lemon, our monitoring for LLM. So basically, you can interface Lemon to your LLM and track your performance based on toxicity, ethical issues, hallucination, and prompt injection, most of the problems that LLM are suffering from today. Finally, we also propose LLM red teaming as a service. So we have we were third place in DEF CON in red teaming, and we have we provide today we have 2 data scientists and 2 computer scientists who work as a team to attack your LLM model if you have one. So we try to provide this as a service. Let me show you quickly demos of these 3 products. So we have the scan. This is kind of the output that you expect. You give us this. In this case, this example is for LLM. You give us an LLM, and we bombard it with every type of attacks. Here I show the example of prompt injection, but you can see also there's output formatting, disclosure of sensitive information, and stereotype and discrimination. So we have specific tests for every specific category of detection. And you can see in prompt injection, for example, we use the state-of-the-art prompts like Dan, anti-Dan, Stan, I mean, all kinds of attacks that we find online that are highly rated and highly voted to attack your model. And for example, here, this model, the specific model, which is based on GPT-3, failed on many aspects to resist to prompt injection. Yeah, sure. In the last 10 seconds, so the debugging hub is where you can upload these tests to the user interface that I talked about, and Lemon is online. You can integrate it with your LLM to monitor it, and I'll end up with inviting you to a LLM challenge. So if you dealt with LLM, if you know nothing about LLM, it doesn't matter. Try the challenge. We propose to you to like attack LLMs, and there's prizes tomorrow. So my colleague here wears green. Find him in the other building, the main building, the black box, and yeah, participate in the challenge if you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabah. So Rick will kick us off.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you.
So what I'm wondering is, what you're saying is you're building a specific application for model monitoring, right?
Yes.
There have been a lot of MLOps tools kind of on the market the last few years, and a lot of them are actually integrating this into their sort of tools.
Yep.
How do you see that landscape evolving?
It's evolving crazily fast, and we're part of it, and we feel the heat, basically, as everyone in this field. I mean, the LLM boom was a surprise for everyone, and everyone rushed to have a place in this evolution. It's just, I think what makes us different, or what should make businesses different, is how they tackle the problem. So today we have a lot of monitoring tools for LLM. Some of them, they can't be exhaustive in what they detect and test. So they have to perform one kind of detection in a very good way, based on some literature, some papers, something trustable. This is what we lack today. So everyone is trying to do everything and not focusing on specific tasks. What we're trying to do is a different approach. We're taking task by task. We're looking at the literature. What's the state of the art? We're trying to implement them, and most importantly, it's open source. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
And how do you demonstrate or compare benchmark value for money in like monitoring tools? And
sorry, how do we benchmark the?
Yeah, I mean, how like it's very hard to quantify the value. I mean, it's a risk assessment management technology, but I mean, there's so many people claiming to do it really well. Like, how do you like measure your performance comparatively?
So just the knowledge of knowing that most businesses are interfacing LLMs with all their classical models. So they kind of have LLMs now as an interface that connects to different models that they might have for 10 or 15 years. They've proven to be business valuable. But these LLMs interact with these models to predict certain things. And right now, as I said, like this boom of from 20 to 55% of usage, it's I don't have the number, but it's mostly LLM integrations in the past at least 2 years. And yeah, this is where our basically our business plan or our business course should work. Hopefully,
Cool. Early days, but yeah, exciting area. Thank you, Rabah.
Thank you.